the coup de grace of the dumbest response so far comes from Sean Hannity. Let's take a listen.
You know, if we can see on satellite imagery where the convoy is, I don't know, maybe some smart country, maybe NATO might take some of their fighter jets, or maybe they can use some drone strikes and take out the whole damn convoy. And then nobody takes credit for it. So then Putin won't know who to hit back. Well, he's threatening nuclear weapons. Hannity, you talk about nuclear war. I'm not talking about nuclear war, nor would I support one American boot on the ground here.
Yeah, that's exactly the idiocy that we've been talking about this whole show. Yeah, let's just bomb the convoy and they won't be able to figure it out because they're so dumb.
Yeah, they'll have no idea who's behind. Who could be behind it?
I wonder, maybe NATO. Maybe we just won't talk about it. That is one of the most colossally stupid things that I've ever heard. And yet, when you pair that with Trump saying this is a Holocaust, that's the type of low IQ garbage now, which is being beamed into the ears of boomers all across this country. And they're going to be like, oh, you know, that's a pretty good point. Well, this is the issue. Look, I mean, I'm not saying those people don't think for themselves. I'm sure many people also thought it was as dumb as I did. But when you listen and this type of rhetoric heats up, it can lead to serious consequences. Obviously, the Russians would know it was us or any NATO country.
Or a NATO ally.
And the whole principle of NATO is that if they do it, we have to also defend them. So it doesn't matter which country it is. And just because we didn't take, do you think if the Russians bombed America and they didn't take credit for it, that we wouldn't immediately know who it was, especially drones? There are not that many countries that have that ability in order to do something like that. So I don't know.
Yeah, well,
it's truly terrifying.
I mean, this is how touchy things are. We actually wisely canceled just nuclear missile tests.
Yeah, I was very happy with that.
That were pre-scheduled for this weekend, just to not cause any undue alarm or potential for misconception about what our intentions were there. That's how touchy this is. So to think you're gonna be able to like casually bomb with American drones this convoy and get away with it, and that's not gonna escalate and spark broader tensions and spark reaction from the Russians, this is insane. And this is why I keep warning against, you know, the large part of the population that says we need to do more. Those are the people who are susceptible to this messaging. And the media, and we've just shown you examples from NBC, we've shown you examples from CNN, we've shown you examples from the former ambassador to Russia, and from Fox News. They only push in one direction. There is not a single voice on any of these channels that's saying we need to take a step back. We need to figure out how we give an off-ramp to Putin. We need to figure out how we take the tensions down. What does that look like? Hey, maybe these sanctions that are blanketing the Russian public, maybe they're going to turn the public against us and provoke a further escalation instead of doing what we want them to do, which is to bring Russia to the table. You will never hear those voices. And not only that, a lot of those voices will be completely like treated as treasonous. They'll be, you know, they'll have their podcasts pulled down and be kicked down to the public square. So that's why this is so volatile, is because the media only ever pushes you in one direction. And politicians know that they will likely benefit from a positive media environment that bolsters their popularity if they take the most aggressive, toughest, most hawkish actions. They will benefit from that, and they will pay a massive price across the board from all of these outlets if they do anything to step back down that ladder of escalation. So that's why these media clips are so incredibly important.
Yep.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching.
That's right. Just as a reminder, you can become a premium subscriber today. Watch the full show completely uncut, our reactions to each other's monologues. You get to listen to it. You get to ask us questions, all that good stuff. Link is right there in the description or at breakingpoints.com.
Best of all, great way to say screw you to the mainstream media.